Fantastic Four tickets recently went on sale, and the film is steadily building buzz. So lo and behold, what we're about to talk about is how the projections for the opening weekend have skyrocketed. Yeah, they really have. In some instances, on some websites, by upwards of 30 to 40 million. So let's talk about whether or not it's going to be able to pull this miracle off. Is Marvel Studios finally going to have a victory this year at the box office? The optics say yes, but the optics for Thunderbolts also said yes, and that didn't do as good as Captain America, and the optics on that said yes, and well, that was a no. So, all down to Fantastic Four this year, so here we go. The film is coming out the same weekend as San Diego Comic-Con. They, of course, have started building hype for this film much faster than they do for most films. Obviously, there's stiff competition this July with Jurassic World Rebirth and Superman. So naturally, Marvel was trying to strike early, and they were trying to strike fast. So previously, we were looking at openings anywhere from 80 to 120-ish million. Now, across the board, we are seeing figures go from 125 all the way to 185 with Superman. Now, Superman is the one that a lot more people are saying 185. Fantastic Four, most outlets besides one, is tapping out at 155. So 125 to 155, which still is in some case, 50 to a 60, $70 million increase over what some analysts were saying just a month ago, which is impressive. Again, there is hype for this film. But I want people to understand the hype can be front-loaded. And before somebody says I'm just being a hater or something, come on. I want all these films to succeed so we can get more of them. But the hype for something coming out is, of course, always front-loaded. And then what happens after it? You know, it dies off. That's how it goes. And a lot of hype is front-loaded on Fantastic Four, just like Superman, just like Jurassic World. But we got to see what happens with the other films and if they can maintain this. You know, for all we know, Fantastic Four opens with 155, and oh my God, they did it. It could have a 70% drop second weekend. It has happened before with front-loaded films. So remain optimistic. And remain optimistic that the film is good. I think that's the first thing we should remain optimistic about. I would rather have a good film like Thunderbolts that makes less, but still is received rather well, than taking a film that makes more but isn't as good, like Captain America. And remember, I'm the resident Captain America fanatic and fanboy. But that film was not as good as Thunderbolts. So I would rather have a Thunderbolt syndrome where the film is far superior than awful but makes more at the box office. Thank you for checking out that video, and thank you for your continued support. Feel free to like, share, subscribe, do whatever you will, and if you're so inclined and would like some additional content from us, which includes unfiltered content and bonus discussions, we do offer exclusively in our member section. We hope to see you there. So thank you for watching, and have a good one.